Good morning everybody and welcome back to Darvanalee Designs Studio. My name's Nicole and today we are here for a craft vlog. It's the 20th of February, so let's get started. Well, good morning or good evening everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you being here. Today is going to be a bit of a check-in day again because I have crafty sprints this morning. In fact, they have already started and I should be on screen, but I forgot that I hadn't done this, and so I thought I better get it done or I'll end up forgetting to do it and then I'll be editing and it won't all happen. So basically I'm going to be working on some projects and whatnot. You can go and check the live stream out and you can see what I got up to, but for the most part it will just be a check-in after sprints and showing you what I've achieved last night and also today, and then I'll be back for a regular in the studio what's happening and all the things. All right, so first of all let's do a check-in for my diamond painting and what I did there. Okay, so as you can see I have done a lot more. I've only got this little section to go and then I'm on to the last part of it. And I've just left this set up here. I've just moved my list over to there, but I've left this set up so anytime I'm on the phone or anything like that I can put it on speaker and I can come out and I can do this. So yesterday I had a conversation with a customer and I was on the phone for quite some time, and so it was really good to just sit here and do some of that. And yeah, so but then I also did some more last night and then a little bit more this morning as well. So I'm really happy with what I've got done, and I'll probably, before I go to bed tonight, I might come out and do, after I've done stitching, do a little bit more. I am going to try and find my because the lighting's not that crash hot over here, but when I'm sitting down and doing it, this little light that I have here is reflecting off the glue. So I'm wondering if I get my my light pad out, that might help it. So I'm going to try, I think it's over underneath my cross stitch table, so I'll go grab that and put that up here and see if that helps. But I had a smaller one. I think the one I've got over there is the big one, but I don't know where my small one is. But I might plug that in and just see if that changes it up. I might be able to just, you know, turn that lamp off and then just work with my light pad. For the most part I don't need them, but yeah, but it's coming together quite nicely. I'm really happy with it. It's been a fun little one to do, not too strenuous, and I can't wait to do the next one. But that is what I got done yesterday during the day and also last night, and a little bit this morning. So yeah, just a little bit goes a long way. Like, I think I spent 45 minutes on it yesterday while I was on the phone, and then I couldn't tell you how long I spent for the rest of it. So I'm really happy with what I'm getting done. And again, it's so close to a finish, and it'll be another finish. Who am I, right? Who am I? Who is this Nicole that has turned up in 2025 and getting all this finishing done? I'm absolutely loving it and having a blast doing it. So as you can see, I did a fair bit on the diamond painting yesterday. So I've only got that little section to go, and then it's just the last little bit up the top. So I will probably get that done in the next week. I don't know who I am this year with all the finishing that is going on, but I'm having a great time getting this stuff done and sorted. I actually feel very accomplished right now. All right, so let's now check in on the cross stitch. Okay, so I stitched on this last night and it doesn't look like I've done much. I actually have done this twice now. I actually put the wrong color. I picked up this color and put it in, so that was my bad. So I had to unpick it, and I believe you me, unpicking on 46 count is not the way to go, people, not the way to go. So make sure that you pick up the right thread, and then I put the stitches back in. But by the time I did all that and stressed about the linen and all that sort of stuff, I was tired and just called it a day. So but progress is progress, and I'm pretty happy with what I've got done. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I picked up rust instead of brick. and brick is what had to go in there, and I picked up rust, and that was my silly mistake, but you know, we live and learn. But anyway, that's what I got done. Of course, I will stitch more on this tonight and get some more done, so I'm expecting to have all of this filled in before I go to bed tonight. So I'm really happy with that, and that means that tomorrow I can just spend during sprints. I'll probably put some stitches into this, and also tomorrow night is my stitchy meetup, so I will endeavor, like, the stars don't take long to do, but I will endeavor to get most of that basket done, and I'm fingers crossed I get it all done. All right, so that is my check-in for my cross stitch this week, well, today. So I did not get as much as I wanted to get done, and as you heard, I had to unpick because I used the wrong color around the window. So I probably would have had all the windows and doors done, but I ended up having to unpick, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, and so that's all I got done. So I'll hopefully get a little, now that I've got the right car, I'll get a little bit more done tonight with any luck. But you know, progress is progress, as they say. Not as much, but you know, at least I got some done. And of course today I still have the quilt to do, which it's over there ready to go. I'm about halfway through now, so that won't take me too long to do this afternoon. After editing, I'll get that finished, if not tomorrow morning. And yeah, so I am going to be having a very productive day, I feel like, today. There will be more check-ins to come of stuff that I've worked on sprints, so be sure to stick around and see what I got up to on sprints. Okay, so sprints have finished, and I was super productive during sprints. I'm super happy with what I got done. Let me just move a few things out of the way. I'm basically wrapping up for today because it's always a huge day when I'm on sprints. So I have got all the way around for the running stitch around this, and on the back of this one I didn't know how I was going to quilt it, so just to attach the backing onto this, because remember, this is sashiko, so this is got a base fabric that I've stitched all of this on, so essentially this is quilted already, right? And then I've used a fusible fleece to adhere that table runner to that, and then I have now stitched through the running stitch through to the backing, so it is in now down, and then of course when we put the binding on, that's going to stitch it to the backing as well, right? So I was like, how am I going to do this so I don't have jump stitches all across the back? Now I thought I could tie it, but this is going to be a table runner, so if people sit things on it, those little knots might make it a little bit hard to sit things on. So what I thought I would do is, because I've got that base, that base fabric for the sashiko, I can actually do a big stitching through to that base, but without going through to the front. So essentially I'm quilting it. I've gone through the front to the back with the 1/4 inch that I did all the way around the table runner. So now what I'm doing is, you can see here I've come to the center, and I've started stitching around, and I'm stitching about 1/4 inch away from where I've already come through, and I've got some long stitching through here, and I'm going to do the same on this side, but then I'm also going to do a cross, and that's going to be flat enough for me to have it as a table runner without it coming through to the front and not having jump stitches. So I figured that's the best way to do that. So yeah, so that is what I'm going to do with that. So I haven't finished doing that yet, but the thing is I can actually put the binding on and do that, because I'm not going through to the front or anything like that. It's just securing that backing on, but I will keep doing that until it's done. My fingers are actually feeling a bit sore at the moment, so I'm not going any further with that. So I'm going to trim this up, and then that way it's ready to go. It's pretty easy just to trim it up to the edge, because I'm going to put the binding on that, and I already have my binding. I used a linen on the back of this, a little pricey, but I'm using Japanese linens anyway, so I wanted to keep within that theme. I could have very well used a calico, but I chose not to. I chose to go with a nice light linen. As you can see, it's actually really nice to work with, and I don't mind that, you know, like I've put a lot of time and effort into this, so I don't mind having a little bit more of an expensive backing. And I will show you once I'm finished trimming this up what it looks like, and also the fact that I have picked out a color for the binding. So, and I think that that is a really good solution for me with the quilting, because I was a little bit like, oh, how am I going to do this? Like, because it's going to be all hand done, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to have little crosses or knots, or, you know, I want to be able to use this. And so I think that that is the best solution for that one. All right, now let me just show you what binding I'm going to use on it. I've already cut the strips up. I've just got to sew them together. But because it's predominantly green, I am going to use this binding here, and I think it's going to look absolutely... Now I can go with the darker green, which is the back side of it, because it doesn't matter which way you look at this. But I think I'm going to go with the white. So I'm going to fold it over this way, and that's going to be the binding there. So you can see it's really pretty, but I can also go the other way and make it a little bit greener with a bit more yellow in it, but I didn't like it as much. I prefer the white side. So either way, you can't tell the difference, except that one's white and one is not. So yeah, and to be honest, I don't even know which is the right side or the wrong side of that fabric, because I couldn't tell. So I think that that is going to just tie it in really nicely. I would have liked to have a darker one, but I didn't have any dark green, so I'm just going to go with the light, and I think that that is going to look absolutely wonderful. So in the next couple of days I will finish off doing the quilting on the back, and I get the binding done on that one, so that is all good and ready to go. But I also, during the sprints, got this finished as well, and I found a red. Now it does not look like this is quite a burgundy, it's this sort of dark red, but for some reason it looks really bright on camera. So I got that done as well. So it was been a really productive day today. So I've just got to cut the binding for that. I think that that is going to look absolutely fantastic. Let me just show you what it looks like against it. Let me just, oh, got stuck on my shirt. Get it in the right spot. And I've just hand quilted that. I've just done big stitch quilting all the way around, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I think that that is going to look really nice and just tie it all together. It's the right color, and I had it on my shelf, so it's I just got to cut the strips for that. And the other thing I got finished was the little winter cushion. So the little winter cushion is all finished, and now all I've got to do is make sure that everything is in the right spot and put the pattern together, and then that will be available for my Patreons, and of course it will be also available in the Patreon shop to purchase as well. So yay, I'm super excited. So very, very productive day today. We've got some diamond painting done. We've got like last night got diamond painting done, and then we've got some stitching done, and now we've got our 2 table runners done, and we found the fabric for it. I am chuffed, and I had a little bit left over, so I can add that into my hexagon pile as well. So I am absolutely so happy that I got these done this week. So yeah, I mean, I've still got to put the binding on, but as I was saying on sprints, I don't really care if I don't get the binding on, because I can just like sew it on, and if I haven't sewn it, I can just have a pile of stuff there. I've got a quilt that I need to put a binding on that has already quilted, and then I've got these 2 that I need to put a binding on. The quilt, I can't find the binding fabric. It is somewhere in this studio. I think it is actually in a cupboard, the cupboard that's over behind the floss, so I might have to get in there and have a bit of a scrummage around. So that when I find that, I'll put that on. I also found the red binding for the red baker's dozen that I have already made that needs to be quilted, so I found the binding for that as well. So yeah, so I'm really happy with the productivity that I have got done this week, but I am actually going to wrap this vlog up early. It is Thursday. I'm going to take the rest of the afternoon off and then go back to editing at around 4:30 this afternoon, so you will get to, you don't need to know all that details, but anyway, I am going to do all that, have some lunch, sit down for a little while, read some of my book, And yeah, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for being here, everybody, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell notification to all notifications, and hop, skip it, a jump over to the thumbs up and give me a like, and leave me a comment and tell me what you were working on while watching this vlog today. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.